Hey, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor in this beautiful 2500 stabi craft. What I'm going to do here is do part 2. This is going to be on the electronics. Okay, I've got the VTS going on these two motors. I got it set for 850 RPMs right here. The troll mode's on, and I'll show you how to do all that on the running video. So what I normally do is I'll go up here to the setting button and I'll go through like boat setting. Now I wouldn't get into these if I was you, but I go into boat settings and set all the boat drafts, the width, the depth, height, and I set all that. And then I do the time right in here, offset 7 mountain time. It gives you the correct time, 11:13. Satellites, I go into there, make sure you got all your satellites, and I change it to the GPS antenna, GS25. I'm going to calibrate that too, actually, when I get into the other settings. So anyway, then you back out of that, then you get into power controls, this one right here in advanced. That's how I go into the features, and you can control what you see on the screen by doing this on the on the tiles. And you don't have autopilot, so I didn't have that one. I did have that checked just in case you ever do get it. Radar, internet, I got hooked up. So again, you don't go into these. Then you can go into advanced, and you can go into features. I already did that. We don't want that. Internet, we don't want that. So we go back, go to about, and then that will tell you about your unit, your charts, your hardware, your features. Go to support, check for system updates. Everything's up to date. Your Halo 20 Plus, that means it's dual range. The Plus does. If you don't say Halo, if it just says Halo 20, it doesn't have dual range, and I'll show you that later. It has the GPS 25, the RS35, which I got to set that one up as well to make sure you get AIS on that. And I went up here to get away from boats, but you know how that goes. So anyway, that's all set there. Get out of that. So we went through all the systems. Like I say, don't get into that. Then charts, I go in to do the range rings. That's the rings around. Extension lines I set right here. Hit save. Grid lines, routes, tracks, grid lines. Yes, we put that. That's your latitude and longitude. Then you go down to echo. I had to switch this. You always, when you do a multi-sounder, which this one has, you got to go and make sure that's hooked up to sonar 2 and cross out the channel 1, or you're going to have 2 channels that's going to screw you up. So I got that hooked up the way it should be. And then you go to installation, and it should say transducer 3-in-1, which it does. That means everything's going to work. And this unit channel 2. So you got that. So then you go back to menu, go into settings. So that means we got radar. Okay, if you want to go into radar, you can do like data bars. If you want all the data bars off to the side, you hit data bar there. You don't have autopilot navigation. You don't have to worry about that. Tracks and trips. This is just kind of automatic trip detection if you don't want that trip thing to come up every time, but I kind of like that, so I leave that on there. The alarms, you go to alarms, you go to settings, and you go shallow water. You can turn that on. You can go over to here, and you can actually set it for like I normally set it for 10 feet. And you got depth, anchor, drag. You can do all that. Fuel, voltage. Yeah, you normally have that, and then you can hit that. That's fine. You can change the volts numbers. I can put it right there. Wind battery, wind sensor battery, don't need that on. Okay. So then you can look at your history and see if one of those alarms went off. Units, this is where I changed it to miles an hour, feet, wireless. Bluetooth, you can hook your Bluetooth built-in Wi-Fi. We're going to check that and get that started. Okay, that's working up. Let's see here. Okay, built-in a hotspot. You're going to hit that one. And then radio, like I say, if you want to hit weather. Okay, that connected. Remember hotspots? Yes. Okay, so that's that. And networks, go to networks. And then you can go down to like the info or sources, and you can choose autopilot. Pilots where this comes in. You wouldn't be getting into this anyway. Sources, device list tells you what's hooked up to the NEMA 2000, and you got this GPS antenna, GPS 25 compass. Okay, now when it comes to autopilot, you should calibrate this, and then calibrate your 0.9 or whatever you have. If your guy ever crosswalks on you, like your little boat, if it does, that means you need to be calibrated. And you want to do it in flat surfaces if you can, and keep your RPM. So what I'm going to do here, GPS compass, and then see where it says calibrate. I'm going to calibrate it, and it says do it in 2 to 3 seconds. So I'm going to calibrate. See how that's going? 3.333. There you go, right here. So you want to kind of keep it between 2 and 3. So now I'm calibrating that GS25 compass, and I'm going to pick the speed up just a little bit. There you go. So anyway, in the radio you can go up here to weather. That's weather. You can go out of that AIS, and that brings up AIS for you. And then you knock that out, and you hit X, and it brings you back, and then to scan. If it flickers like that, you need to hold it down longer, and then it'll scan through the channels. And that looks 2.6, so that's good. And then your squelch is right here. You can set that up a little bit. And then I'm watching my seconds on my turn, and it'll say calibrated okay. That's going a little too fast. I'm going to cancel that because this guy's in my, I'm going to run over his lines. So I'm going to go over here and try it again. Okay, so let me see. So then if I want to get rid of this here, I can just bump it, give it some gas, and it kicks that off, and I can hide it. That's on your control. See where that guy is there, and I got enough room over here. So this may take a few minutes to get all this set up. The wind's just starting to come up. Then what I normally do is start turning and see where I'm at on the seconds. Right there, and then I'll calibrate. So while that's doing that, let's see here, 3.2, you got to kind of keep an eye on that. And then see tag, bring this one down just a hair, bring that one up. And we're 2.93, 3.23, calibrating 3.12928. Okay, that's good. 2.5. Okay, now spotlights, you hit this one here and that's on right there. And then you can control them up and down, up, back and forth. And then you go like that, and then you also got your remotes. Oh, better get that down. That's going too fast. 3, 8, 2.7, 2.5. You got to really keep an eye on that. 2.5 because of the wind drift. Okay. Anyway, I put your remote somewhere, and I'll be danged if I know where I put those at now. 2.6. That's good. That's probably right down. Here's your remotes. One of those works and one doesn't. Okay. So then you got your waste pump. That's that pump right back there. Pumps of water from there to there. And then I think I showed you a lot of this. Bilge pumps, cabin lights, these right here. Bait tank, yeah, anchor light work, deck lights. Are those there? And it must be the wire and the switch because I checked the fuse. Wiper. So all that works. Windlass works. Tach works. About 43 miles an hour. Grab handle, USB ports, flush. So what we can do there, when we get down, I'll check that toilet. 2.3, need to turn it a little bit more. 2.5, there you go. Okay, now for the heater, 3 seconds. 3.1, 2.9, that's pretty good. Now this is important on this heater. I've already showed you that, 3.1, 3.2. Get it back here, get the hair. 2.9. Okay, this is important on this. It doesn't matter if this is up or down. Just hit this until them lights flicker. There, see how that light came on, that came on? And just leave it alone, don't touch nothing. And Let's see if this is like okay, see this hasn't came on yet. So you just let it do its thing. This means it's light, trying to light that up. The wheel stand away, it's gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes. See, I got wind drift, that's why this is taking a little longer. I can feel it, 2.4, you're dropping on your seconds, hopefully you'll calibrate. 2.5, okay. Deck horse, we can go on that. 2.93. Okay. See, this is what takes a little time sometimes, especially if you got autopilot. They're real touchy. Especially, that's why they say do this basically in no tide, like a slack tide or something, because the wind drift makes it a lot harder. See, calibration okay, so I'm done on that. Okay, so I can get out of that. And these are all the items right here that are on your NEMA network. Okay, so you got your antenna, compass, navigator, pilot, IG, and your radio, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is go back up here to the radio. Find my glasses wherever I put them. Ah. My golly. Getting senile here, I guess. Oh, there they are. Got sliding windows. So, it's hard to see these little numbers. So then what I'm going to do is go to the menu button. Up. X out.